Peace and love, peoples. Just got smoke in my eye. But this one of these little podcasts or whatever. Did I let you in a little glimpse? I guess we're gonna call it, you know what I mean? The life of Azariah, a story of Azariah, or whatever. You know what I mean? I think of something crazy. Anywho, it's basically the story about how I met my father and how I met my father and my other brothers and sisters by my father. It's a little wild story, but anyway, peace and love. It's the super infamous Pope Azariah the Ninth. You know what I mean? Uh, this way, jaywalking podcast. Peace and love. The audio version, I guess you know what I mean. The audio version will be on Gallimaufry Radio. Gallimaufry Radio. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, peace and love out there. Let's get straight to the story. Oh, I was watching this video of Jim Jones and Mano, the Lobby Boys. You feel me? I'm a hip hop head, but anyway, I like this little cut. It make me slide. Anyway, that ain't what we here for. But the story go a little something like this. In case y'all didn't know, I was born in a place called Hamilton, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? And I was born in a place called Hamilton, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? 45011. Anyway, but anyway, people, I'm 51. So this one I was 27 years old. It's one of them stories you ain't never gonna forget in your life. But anyway, one night I'm um I'm in Hamilton. It's late. It's like 2:30 in the morning. Anyway, like I used to do my thing or whatever. We ain't gonna get into that. But I just happened to be staying in Hamilton for a few days. You know what I mean? Because I was, you know what I mean, doing my, getting my wiggle on. Anyway, I was in the hood bar in Hamilton. Like I said, it used to be a bar in Hamilton in the hood on the on Front Street. Front Street is like the main strip in the hood or whatever. And I'm born in Hamilton, but I moved out of Hamilton when I was like 7 years old. You feel me? To Cincinnati, which is like not neighboring. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, but I still was cool with all the Hamilton niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because they're my people. So that was, you know what I mean? I was born there, and we stayed cool. We remained cool because our families was cool, and my family still lived up in Hamilton. But anyway, that's I ain't gonna get in that. I just happened to being in Hamilton for a few days. So when I'm 27, I'm at the hood bar. Now this is the hood bar. Like only motherfuckers from Hamilton is at this bar. Like I wouldn't feel comfortable bringing other people to this bar if I know they like this hood shit. But it's cool for me. I know everybody. Like it's cool. I'm cool. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so the bar closing. It's like 2:30 in the morning, getting at 3. I'm talking to people, but I'm tipsy. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna walk to the little spot. The little spot I'm staying at, my little spot up in Hamilton. I had to walk like a few blocks over, but it's like almost 3 in the morning now. And, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna walk to the spot. So a couple days before that, I'm riding around. I was in Hamilton. I'm riding around with my uncle Lester, and we riding around in his truck, just riding around Hamilton to Hamilton. People like, let's go turn some corners. So me and my uncle cool. That's my uncle. Like practically raised me. You know what I'm saying? My uncle Lester. He mean a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I'm riding. You know what I mean? Lester and then my father. Now mind you, I ain't really never met my father. You know what I'm saying? I seen him a couple times, I think, but I ain't never really met him. You feel me? So this is the crazy. So we when I'm riding around with my uncle, he say, "Hey, that's where that's where your father live right there." He could have been standing out in yard or something. Like, hey, that's your father. That's where your father lived right there. I said, oh, all right, yeah. So, at this point in my life, I'm 27. I got major chugin or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I got knowledge of self at this point. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm just getting the knowledge of self. You know what I mean? Shout out to my Brooklyn niggas or whatever. But I'm just now getting knowledge of self like that. But so I'm like own it. So I'm like own it. So I'm just feeling like what I mean. Anyway, so I'd be a Hamilton builder with people about knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I'm walking from the hood bar. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm tipsy. You know what I'm saying? So I say, something tell me, like, hey, just let me cut up my father's street. Then I'm gonna cut over. I'm gonna cut through the alley, and then boom, be right at my spot, basically. So I say, fuck it. So I'm on Front Street, walking down Front Street. Now, mind you, it's like 3 something in the morning now. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little tipsy. You know what I'm saying? There's people out. There's a few people out. Because it's Hamilton, the bar letting out, and it's the hood. It's jumping hour. So, what I mean? I'm walking. So I cut up my father's street. You know what I'm saying? And when I cross over, I forget what street I crossed over. My father lived in Washington. So I crossed over Second Street. You know what I'm saying? I want to say it was Second Street. When I had crossed over Second Street, I seen my father get out of a car and get in and go into the crib. No joke. It's 3 something in the morning, so I'm like, I'm a little buzzed. You know what I'm saying? But that like when I seen that, it like not took my buzz away, but put me on a more of alert. Like I was in more control of my buzz at this point. Like I'm like, what? So he ain't see me because I'm at a little distance, but I could see right there. But he ain't. It's 3 something in the morning. You ain't even looking for people. You know what I'm saying? So I say I'm just gonna go over there and knock on the door. So when I keep walking up the street and I say fuck it, I'm gonna knock on the door. I knock on the door. He say he like the door right here. So it's a window up here. You know what I'm saying? So he come to the window and say, "Hey, who is it?" And I tell him who it is. Now, mind you, it's somebody in the hood with my same name. We grew up together. It's my homie. I ain't seen him in a minute, but we grew up together. So I say my name. He think it's him. He's like, "Man, come back tomorrow or whatever." I'm like, "No, this ain't that one. This me." You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Oh, my son." He said every window like, "My son?" I said, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh shit." He was like, "Hey, you want to come in and spend the night? We talk in the morning, or you want to go where you going?" You know what I'm saying? And come back in the morning. Like it's your choice. Like, you know what I mean? I see you a little tipsy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like you want what you want to do. It's 3 something in the morning. I said, look, I'll come back in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Cause I am tipsy. So I went to my spot, cut through the alley, went to my spot. You know what I'm saying? And went to sleep. I woke up in the morning, went over there. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, I'm 27 years old. You know what I'm saying? I go over there. He answered the door. He cooked some steak and eggs, and we talk. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't no beef. You know what I mean? No beef because you know what I'm saying. I just that's it. That's just that part of the story that you know what I'm saying. It's like a completion part of the story of your life. You know what I mean? You can see, you know what I mean, what where you came from, boom. But here's the shocking part. Like that ain't even the shocking part. Even though that's shocking. My grandmother, his mother was there. I ain't never met her. Look, now mind you, this is 2 streets over from my grandmother house that I be over all the time and grew up at my whole life. It's 2 streets over. I'm 27. You figure deal me. So anyway, I meet her. My sister Tiffany, who ain't never met this lady. This lady done passed now, you know what I mean? RIP, rest in peace, you know what I mean? Peace and love. But anyway, look just like her. Now my sister ain't never met her, never will meet. You know what I mean? That's just a whole different story. But anyway, so yeah, so I meet her, talk to her. I sit there and watch the stories with her. You know what I mean? You know, the soap operas for a few. Like I'm over there for like a few hours. You feel what I'm saying? I'm 27. I'm still trying to grasp it all. You know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck? Like you know what I'm saying? And this just comes from like when you this come from when you seek knowledge and wisdom. Like when you sincerely give up everything and seek knowledge and wisdom, it's different paths that's gonna be laid from forces that you know what I mean, that's more powerful than you. You know what I mean? If that's how I could put it, you know what I'm saying? If that's how I could put it, you know what I mean? But anyway, meet them, talk to them, you know what I'm saying? So like that ain't this ain't even this a two-part story. And this now okay, all this is shocking. I'm taking all this in. You know what I mean? Woo woo woo. Anywho, check this out. That go by. Um, I guess a couple weeks go by. I'm in Hamilton again. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm just doing. I used to do my thing. You feel me? And then chill up there. Them, I love them niggas. You know what I mean? I love them. I love my niggas from Hamilton to death. You feel me? Always. You know what I'm saying? Them my niggas. I love my Hamilton niggas. You know what I'm saying? Flat out. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm in Hamilton. I'm chilling on the block. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling by what's the name of that store? Don's, the old Don's or whatever. I'm chilling, you know what I mean? This lady ride by her in her car and she pointed at me, you feel me? So me, I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck? Who the fuck is this lady? So anyway, I'm taking it in. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even paying it no mind for real. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm thinking in my mind, I'm really thinking like, man, she probably wants some, you know what I mean? Chug or whatever. So you know what I mean? Somebody probably told her who I was, like, hey, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can holler at him, you know what I mean? He cool peoples. Anywho, that's what I'm thinking in my mind, like, all right. But anyway, another day go by. It happened again. You feel me? So now at this point, you know what I'm saying? I'm on, you know what I'm saying? At this point, I'm on some hold on now. You know what I mean? I'm already, you know what I mean? Arm, leg, arm, head. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, hold on, what's going on? Like, who is this lady? Like, I don't understand. You feel me? At all. So anyway, I me being me, I use my resources. You know what I'm saying? Find out where this woman lives at. You know what I'm saying? And in my mind, I'm thinking like, man, I don't know what's about to go down, but I'm going over there and knock on the door. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? You can't be trying to point me out. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. We got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck? Like, so I head on over. You know what I'm saying? Boom. I knock on the door. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? Not a police knock, but you know what I mean? Friendly. It could be your friend type knock. I'll never forget this. This woman come to the door. She opened the door. She said, it took a lot of heart to come to this door, didn't it? You know what I'm saying? I say, man, if somebody gonna kill me, I at least want to look them in their face. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to figure out what's going on. Like, hey, I need a fair shot at it. You feel me? I need a fair shot. Like, I need a fair shot. You feel me? So she say, come on in. I'm like, oh shit. In my mind, I'm like, fuck it, it's going down. So I go in. You know what I mean? She's like, hey, that's your sister over there. You see that pause? You feel what I'm saying? So that's my reaction. I'm like, what the fuck you mean? That's my sister. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I know who my sisters is. You know what I'm saying? And she like, yeah, that's your sister over there. Like Curtis had other children. I'm like, what the fuck is she like? What? Well, who are you? You do you feel like I'm like, who are you telling me this? Like I don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? Like this is too much. Like what the fuck are you talking about? You figure deal me? So, anywho, she go on to tell me like, yeah, I didn't believe Curtis had another child until I went to the hospital and saw you for myself. And I said, yeah, this is Curtis' child. You look just like your daddy. And I'm like, still, who is you? You feel me? She was like, I'm their mother. Like, I'm the other, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, OSHI mother T. I'm like, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, hold on. What? What? Like, talk to me. You figure deal me? Like, oh gosh, she go on to tell me the story, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't even gonna get into the whole, you know what I mean? But you know me, you know what I mean? I'm curious. I got questions. I got well, who is who, and whoa. I need to know what's going on. I'm in Hamilton all the time. Like I'm 27. I be out here in these streets. You feel me? Like you know what I mean? All praises due. You know what I'm saying? I ain't fuck with nobody in Hamilton like that except you know what I mean. People that I knew. You know what I'm saying? They ain't. You know what I'm saying? Glad they wasn't kin to me. You feel what I'm saying? But I ain't. You know what I'm saying? Good. I'm glad because I don't be out there like that. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, so she missed to tell me who my relatives is on his side. You know what I'm saying? Because he was telling me some of them. She was telling me some more. Then I say, "What's up to my sister?" My sister is the same age as me. That's why she was like she didn't believe. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm my mother's oldest, and I don't know if that's her youngest or if that. I mean, she the younger of the people of the two other ones that I know. I don't know if she got other kids, but I know she got two more by my father. But anyway, so yeah, I'm still now. You know, I'm dumbfounded. Not to mention, I'm blown. You feel me? So, so I'm like, oh my god, you feel me? Okay, so I got trees right here. So yeah, so I'm like, what the fuck? You feel me? Like, anyway, so I say what's up to my sister. She tell me, she say, you know what I mean, you want to go meet your other sister? I'm like, now mind you, the placement of this place. My grandmother lived here. This lady lived here. My daddy lived here. Street. I I rip and run these blocks. You feel what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, so anyway, she said, let's go meet your other sister. So now, mind you, where my sister live. My grandma live here. She live here. Literally, you can see each other's cribs like that type shit. Like literally down the street and right there. Like I'm at my grandma's all the time. Like so, it's like, and now I'm like, what the fuck? What you mean? Like she live right here? Like I'm, you know, what? Go in there. I'm chilling. I meet her. She cool. Like her, you know what I mean? Like me and her friends on Facebook right now, real life, like 2022. You feel me? Me and her friends on Facebook right now, and it's like I ain't never been, I ain't never met, seen her physically since then. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm 51 now, so that's when I was 27 or whatever. So like I ain't never seen her physically since then, but she seemed like cool people. It's like it's just hard to connect after all these years, and then it's like y'all, you know what I'm saying? My father don't fuck with us, or I don't fuck with you know what I mean. Me and him cool, but it's you know what I mean. He probably don't know what the fuck to do like at this point. But anyway, so like whatever. So anyway, we over my other sister house, and I'm chilling, and so her husband come in. now now her husband come in. I know who this dude is, but I don't know like it ain't like me and him hang out or cool or whatever, but I'm outside all the time. And he had a live ass whip, like, and I he used to drive around. I used to, you know what I mean? Not fuckers know who he is. I know who he is. You know what I mean? I ain't know they married. Or I just know him from he from Hamilton. He ride around. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really saying no names. You know what I mean? But he was cool, and he come in, and he knew who I was. I know who he is. You know what I'm saying? Just cause of the whip. Like, oh, that's what you call it, a drive the whip. But we ain't never had no interactions like that, me and him. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so they married. I'm like, oh shit, they got kids or whatever. So I'm like, oh shit. So anyway, I'm like, man, this is a small ass world. Like, so who I'm kin to? So now I'm shocked, but I'm shocked, but I want to know more. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, come to find out, my brother, who I never knew was my brother at all. You know what I'm saying? We run in the same almost circle. But he don't live in Hamilton. He used to live in Jackson, Mississippi, which I went to Jackson State University, but I didn't know we was brothers down there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know him down there. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know me. But anyway, he still didn't know we was brothers. But what's fucked up is he's deceased now. He died on some fucked up shit, which R.I.P. to him. Which I'm salty at of the whole situation. You feel what I'm saying? I'm salty that me and him didn't get to really vibe on no shit. You know what I mean? Because he was older than me, and we both from Hamilton, but you know what I mean. And we both been to Jackson, Mississippi. So I just, of everything, I'm sorry that me and him didn't get to build like we should have built. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I'd have known he was down in Jackson, Mississippi, when I was like, anyway. So anyway, the only time I really interacted with him, my brother, and we didn't know we was brothers, like me and one of my main homies, I'm gonna say his name because it's one of my main homies, my homie BC. We used to bowl all the time. We went about bowling balls and everything. Like we used to be into it. But anyway, my brother happened to be in town one time when we was going bowling. So we all went. He went with us, you know what I mean? And we all bowled. Look, we didn't even know we was brothers. And then that's how when BC told, you know what I mean? BC had told us whatever, you know what I mean? I'm like, this is weird. Like, life is weird. Like, this is weird shit. You feel what I'm saying? But I knew who he was because Hamilton is a small community or whatever. Like, and I like I don't know everybody in Hamilton because I didn't go to Hamilton High and shit like that. So if you don't go to the high school, you ain't gonna know everybody like that. But I know the main motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Who happen to be my niggas. We all grew up together. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk often or like that, but when I'm in Hamilton and we see each other, it's on and cracking it. We cool. We down. We was born. You know what I'm saying? But just like my niggas in the natty too. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, that's just the story of how I met my father and my other brothers and sisters from the same community that I was raised in and never knew we was kin. And okay, so when I go tell my grandmother, which is my mother's mother, all this shit, I went over her house and I said, hey, guess where I've just been at? And I told her, and she was like, oh, yeah, you kidding? What you do? She started spitting it out. And I'm like, I'm 27 years old. You figure they'll me like, I guess it wasn't her place to tell me. I'm assuming that's what it is. I guess it wasn't my grandfather's place to tell me. I guess it wasn't. I guess it was my mother's and father's place to tell me who I was kin to, and they never did. So I really can't fault my grandmother. You know what I mean? Because my grandmother is, you know what I mean? She's a connection like the Most High. Like You know what I mean? Put me on the threshold of, you know what I mean, the most high. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like that's my grandmother. You know what I mean? She cool peoples with me forever. So I can't never hold that. You know what I mean? That's just how we, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so she starts spitting out who I'm kin to, and I'm like, damn, I could have been told this a long time ago. But how do you? I can't say nothing to her. It ain't her place. She could have stepped in, and you know what I mean. But I don't, I can't. You know what I mean? It ain't my, I don't, I it ain't my place to judge like that. Like it worked out how it worked out. So I go tell my brothers and sisters, that, which they don't really half listen to me anyway. You know what I mean? Because they know I don't fuck with. I got knowledge of self, so a certain shit I ain't gonna fuck with. Period. You know what I mean? And I 10 toes down on it, and I don't really, I don't see the system as they see the system. You feel what I'm saying? So they ain't really gonna really rock how I rock or rock with what I rock with. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean. I tell them, well they, you know, everybody deal with the trauma different ways. Even though they both gonna say, I rolled me up a little one for my last little blunt. That other blunt was supposed to be my last one, but I'm up talking shit, so I rolled a little skinny one to get me through the rest of the, you know what I mean, little stream. But anyway, so yeah, my brothers and sisters ain't gonna you know, they deal with it differently. They just choose to be like, hey, I ain't fucking with it at all. I ain't fucked with it this long. Why should I fuck with it now? And I can't. If that's their position, that's their position. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't nothing I can say. I just, you know, I just completed that mental cipher so I could get the clearer picture of what, you know what I mean, what it is. Even though I don't build with that side of the family, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I call them family, my dad's side of the family, because it is what it is. I don't really build with that side like that, and I can't blame them because we just was caught in between. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a certain situation. I'm in a situation like that with my children. So you know what I mean? It's like it rubbed off, which is horrible. Do you feel what I'm saying? But I, mine ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, um, I'm gonna have a live streaming podcast about that too. But anyway, like with my brothers and sisters concerned, like you know, that's some shit they ain't never gonna want to deal with ever. They done blocked it out of their mind. So it's like, you know, you know how that is. But we just, I'm opening up to a lot of people and saying different stuff I'm saying because I want to let people know it's okay. It's okay to open up and talk your shit. You know what I mean? And shit, be free. You know what I'm saying? Like you talk your shit to anybody. I just open up to the world. Like I don't really rock like that, but I see like mental health is some serious shit in it. Like it affect people different ways and certain shit stalemate. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm one of the people that you know what I mean. Once I acquired knowledge, you know what I mean. It balanced me out. You know what I'm saying? And it made me curious to question everything. So like throughout my path, it's gonna lead me to the answers that I'm seeking because I'm open to it. Like I don't even pay attention to society and the system like that because I know the path's going a certain way because I'm seeking it wholly and purely. Not you know what I mean. Not that how the human eye may see it. You know what I'm saying. But like everybody who know me know I'm chill. I pose no threat. You know what I mean. I'm chill with everybody. Like I'm cool because I understand the pressures of society and the shit that they done put out there to keep us separate. So like I keep an even keel with it and try to make the best out of every situation and stay positive in every situation, even though I know how people like me get treated. You know what I'm saying? But you if you intelligent, you intelligent. You create the world you want to live in, and you be comfortable with it. So you ain't got to be fake. So I be 100% me, and I ain't got to keep up with the Joneses because I've been me the longest. So I don't got to keep up with the Joneses. You know what I mean? That ain't never been me. So anyway, back to the end of the story. You know how, hey, there's trees, you be chilling, but I'm doing live streams to open up because people be wanting to hear different shit. You know what I mean? I'm an OG now. So I could, you know what I mean? I'm gonna guide y'all to it. But anyway, that's just one of my stories. You know what I'm saying? How I met my father and the other brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? And why I named this thing "What's Done in the Dark" is because in a lot of families, it's a lot of secrets. You know what I'm saying? And don't nobody want to talk about them. You know what I mean? And that create differences and it separate the families to the point that it affect generations. You be like, damn, why we don't have the big dinners and family shits on Sunday no more? Even though that the matriarch and the patriarch gone, you know what I'm saying? All the little secrets and kept all the people underneath separate. So, you know, I'm one of the ones that's trying to open up and get us back to, man, let's all get together again. Like I got cousins and shit, like I don't even know them. And we used to be down. Then the cousins I used to be down, but we ain't down no more. Like we ain't no beef at all. We just went our separate ways. You feel me? But it's like we need to create something where we see each other because like shit, it's fucked up out here. Like I don't want just a memory of the people that I love. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you know what I'm saying? Like we got to start creating situations to get over all the bullshit that keep us separate. Whether it's you think you up here or you think you down there. Like people who know me, who've been knowing me my whole life, just know me. Like that's my family and my closest friends. You know what I'm saying? But even my family don't know me like that because you know what I'm saying? I was doing my little, you know what I mean, doing my little thing or whatever. But I still that separated me from the family once I started opening up and learning and seeking. So I traveled a lot and I got down with people that live in different places. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I'm putting this at the end of this little thing is because it's all related. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to open up and get yourself together from the inside first, then the out, so you won't have to fit no image. You know what I'm saying? And you could go fulfill that curiosity about the families. You know what I'm saying? And like hopefully when people see this videos on both sides of my family, all my family, some it might spark a conversation between somebody that they had a little secret with or got mad or was different, don't understand why they don't talk no more. Hopefully it'll create a phone call or a text or something. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna bring up one name, and I don't want to bring up names because you know how people be. But I talked to my cousin Tavis the other day, which you know what I mean. I ain't seen Tavis for years. You know what I'm saying? But this is my uncle Mike's son. You know what I'm saying? My uncle Mike passed away. R.I.P. That's you know what I mean. Love Mike with all my heart. You know what I'm saying? His two children, Mandisa, Tavis. You know I'm naming names because these my peoples and ain't you know what I mean. But anyway, I talked to my cousin Tavis and I ain't talked to Tavis in years, and it's like, man, I don't know why we like after I got off the phone, I'm just thinking like I don't know why we ain't been talking or seeing each other or created some way where we all could get together. Like we as a family unit, you move forward. Like everybody helps everybody. Everybody you know what I mean? You grow as a family. That's what you know what I mean. They go back to how we used to be tribal, not like not tribal as far as like no paved roads or no like we ain't built grand civilizations. Like come on, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just that we's family, and we're supposed to roll this family. We supposed to it's supposed to mean something again. It don't mean nothing no more because we didn't let material shit and twisted philosophies fuck us over. And it creates secrets and all this shit, you know what I mean? So like even my pops, if my pops get a hold of this video, like I don't talk to him. I ain't gonna perp, I don't be talking to him at all. Sometimes I might send like say something to somebody like, hey, tell him I said what's up or something like, but it ain't we don't talk in that. We don't got no reason not to. It's just that I you know what I mean? I know he got to think about it, you know what I mean, out there, but it's just that he probably don't know what to say. Like some people just ain't never gonna face it and deal with it. You know what I mean, and use their time to make something better, or try to do something to create. You know what I'm saying? People just ain't gonna face it. Like, so they gon' you end up living in a world that you say, why shit fucked up? Well, you ain't do your best within your family unit. So how you expect the world to change if you ain't even humble yourself enough to say, look, you know what I mean? Hey, how can how can we move forward? Like, I know you can't correct the wrongs or dwell in the past, or like how you, when it comes to family, it's 2022. You know how fucked up shit is out here. We got to get over this shit, peoples. You know what I'm saying? And come the fuck together and with your start with your family. If everybody get them secrets out of there and let's move forward. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you correct shit that's going on. And I'm gonna end it like that. I'm gonna blow these trees. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta some shit to do online, as far as like finishing building my website and all that shit. So I ain't gonna even. It's peace and love. I'm y'all know what it is with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna touch on a lot of topics. You know what I'm saying? But peace and love, especially to my family, my friends. Y'all know how. I rock with all y'all. Y'all know that I rock with y'all. But y'all, you know what I mean. I stand on 10 toes when I, you know what I mean. It's arm, leg, arm, head. You figure deal me. Like, so it's, you know what I mean? We got to build a peace, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding type civilization. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, peace and love.